What time is it? It's Sampstra Games time, and the Deck of Ashes had a brand new update where we got a brand new character, so I thought let's check it out. Sly the Black Serpent. Sly turned to the dark side after his innocent wife was executed and formed a gang of outcasts. The curse gave him unmatched speed and reflexes, yet now he's tormented by the voices of his slain enemies and he seeks to make them disappear. Alright. Let's start a new save. Let's go. You can now also pick a draft mode, which means that you can pick your own cards. We're gonna do the standard mode for now. He has some really interesting new archetypes. For example, he does bleeding, and bleeding is kind of like burning.
People are monsters. I learned that a long time ago. But my wife, she made me forget it. Kathleen always saw the best in others. I started to, at times. She led a modest life of a village healer. Until one day the fat cats from the capital stopped at our village to have a bit of fun. They behaved like they were in charge. They were drinking and whoring around, growing more violent by the moment. When a village elder confronted them, they tortured the old man to death's door. Kathleen tended to his wounds, but he died in her hands. Human Realm's law was strict, and murder meant an investigation. When the executioners arrived, the locals were happy to testify against my wife for a coin. Kathleen was to be executed. I froze in place, powerless, as her head dropped to the cold ground. The night came, and I started cutting throats. The rich, the poor, they were all to blame. I struck from the shadows, unseen, unrelenting. They knew I was there, yet they never saw me coming. As if the shadows protected me. I spared no one. People are monsters. I always knew. I took to the path of robbery and vengeance, and before long I was wanted across the human realms. I formed the gang of pariahs like me, the outcasts, and I led them through the mud and blood of this world, to freedom, to vengeance, to justice, with meaning taken away from us, driven by hate alone. We found purpose in testing our limits. We've slain all opposing us. And one day, we lost our minds enough to wonder if we could conquer death. Long story short, we released the Ash Curse and doomed all for eternity.
Wow.
We found no immortality, but still, it turned out to be the revenge the world deserved. The Ash Curse affected everyone. I'd love to say that this was all, but we, the outcasts, paid the ultimate price as well. We lost each other and everything we had. Under the curse, the shadows consumed me, granting me the power to move unseen, superhuman speed and reflexes. But now I can hear them, those I've slain. They accuse, they moan, they threaten. They just won't. Shut up. And Kathleen, I can hear her voice too. It's madness.
Kind of feel bad.
The voices drive me insane. I must get rid of them. The Ashmaster, a shady prophet who says he has the answers, offers his help. I know a snake when I see one, and I can see through that old viper. Whatever he's up to, I'll be one step ahead. For now, I could use this fragile alliance.
Ooh, so he's way smarter than Lucia.
He's guiding me to the Valley of Death. He wants me to kill Lady Death. This already smells foul. But if anyone could rid me of the voices, that would be her. I'll make the old hag squeal to get what I want. And then I'll take my revenge. She tricked me once. That won't happen again.
And this you already had. I love the story of Slides. It's a really, really cool. So, like I said, he has like multiple archetypes. One of them is bleeding. And we actually don't have any bleeding card. Okay. Bleeding is very interesting. It's kind of like burning, but every time you bleed someone, if you strike them, you increase the damage that the bleeding does. So it lasts for 4 turns. And if you do a lot of striking, you can do a lot of damage. So that's pretty awesome, actually. I quite like that. This is very interesting. Another archetype he has are these non-playable cards. So essentially they're non-playable, so they work when you draw them. But they don't cost any mana. So in addition to this, you can have some like very expensive cards. For example, these things like these shields. You could use those because you don't need any mana for these non-playable cards. And they can do a lot of damage. The problem with them is that they do damage to random opponents, so you can't quite pick it, but it's still quite interesting. What is this? Beast cannot summon other beasts. Actually, it's not the worst card. Well. And then the last thing is fragile cards. Essentially, you can sort of create new cards within your deck. Fragile cards that they're going to get destroyed in the end of the battle. So that's actually quite interesting. I think I want to buy this wide holster for the simple reason that in this actually it might be a good idea to be able to like draw copies of one card. So we're going to go with that. As for the rest of the stuff, I don't quite know it. So I don't think I'm going to like craft anything yet. Like craft any card. So we start off with Healing Bomb, Knife Strike, Draw Blood. This can give us a bleed on an opponent. Snake Shift, which is just like a different damage. And Secret Set. When this card is played, add 4 fragile throw dagger cards to your battle deck. So, and what I like about Sly is that I feel like his archetype work very well, like in combination with each other. For example, the bleeding with the fragile things is pretty amazing because you can get like fragile cards that can do some great damage, and then you can add the bleeding with that. That's really powerful. Damage taken by the player from the next player played strike card is deflected back at the attack. So this is pretty cool. So he's hitting us for not much, but if you have the enemies that can hit you for like 50 or something, it can be a good idea to use that. Let's start this off with the Secret Set. Also, we got a new enemy here. Look at that. Looks really good. And these guys, they cost 0 mana. They're fragile. So like I said, that with bleeding is insanely powerful. So I'd really like to get some more bleeding cards because I think they can be very, very nice. Let's end the turn. Keep this in my hand. I want to see if the enemy can do some like high damage because then we can use these fragile things. He wants to summon a Sea Wave. Okay. Sea Wave brings a fish egg or restores 3 health points to all sea monsters and deals 3 damage to all other characters. Or brings sea monster to the battlefield. Wow, not the greatest. Okay, let's do some healing on ourselves. We'll use a Snake Shiv and couple regular strike cards because why not? And that's it. So imagine if he had bleeding right now, that'll do like insane damage. Let's see that this. I hope the Sea Wave is just healing. What is it doing? Okay, seems to have hit me. Ooh, nice. Look at that. Look at how much damage we can do now, and it's all free. So good. Are you doing a lot of damage? No. There's still no point in using the Shadow Assistant. I'll keep it. Keep it in my hand for now. Okay, we can do bleeding now. And Secret Set. And we'll do like a Knife Strike and another, and that's it. Let's do Ash Pact as well, because why not? Now you can see we're gonna hit them for 2 damage for 3 turns, which is actually really nice. Because yeah, and we can add use the fragile cards now and do way more damage to him. Yeah, the bleeding is really cool. See, now we're hitting him for 3, 4, 5, 6 for 2 turns. So now would be a good time to get like shield and stuff because we wouldn't even need to do much damage to him if we're doing it just from the bleeding. Really cool. He's turning into fish eggs. Ooh, like that. Decreases the time required for evolution by 1 turn. Okay, they need 7 turns before they become a monster. Okay, but they should be pretty easily killable. So let's kill one of them with the Snake Shiv. Okay, they had a shield, so now we're gonna hit them. Okay, this one's dead. Okay, this is dead. And the second one, let's just use I don't know if there's a point in bleeding it. But we'll use next turn a strike card, then we're gonna lose the effect and we'll use another strike card to get rid of it. Should be better. 7 turns for it. Okay, let's use the cheaper strike cards to get rid of the shield and the second one to finish it off. Bye bye fish egg. You are dead. We could craft. I'd really like more bleeding here. If I could. Also now they've changed it so this is now stacking up, which is really cool, so we can renew that. We'll renew a little bit. You can also click on heal everything or heal 1 by 1. So we can click on this and that heals us for like, as much as we can, essentially. I think it's quite nice. Let's extract some resources. We don't have a key, so let's go for another battle. Then I would like to maybe unlock the chest. We'll see. Ooh, fish folk. I like that. And get themselves some fish egg. So let's do bleeding on the fish folk. Why not? We'll use some knife strikes to increase it. Let's use the snake shift. Why not? I'm gonna hit them for 4 each turn, so we can do 12 damage this way in 3 turns, which is really nice. We've got a fish egg. We gotta get destroyed, or it hurts us too much. Deal 2 damage, activated 3 times. That's okay. Okay, let's use this so we can get our free hits. I'll hit this guy. Yeah, now he's gonna die in 2 turns, so now I can use the knife strike to get rid of the shield on the fish eggs. And then next turn we can use the snake shift to destroy the fish egg. And then we're gonna worry about the rogue, I think. It's getting a shield. That's not the greatest. But it should bleed even through the shield, I think. Yeah, I got these guys got the shield again. After 3 turns, editors were born as clamper, hydra, or fishfolk. Well, I would not like that. So let's try this. We destroy the shield and we can use the snake shift to get rid of the fish egg. We can't attack the rogue because of the stealth. So let's just use the secret set again. And we'll end the turn. Yeah, I really like the fragile cards archetype as well. I feel like this is, you can do some really nice combinations and I love that. Like, Lucia was more like pick an archetype and go with it, which I liked, but this is interesting, the way you can do the bleeding and the fragile thing very nicely together. I haven't really played much with the last archetype, the one that kind of randomly picks enemies. I'm curious how that's gonna work as well. Let's do more of this, and Ashpact, and then we can do Snake Shiv and Throw Dagger. He's not hitting me, so I can. The Shadow Assistant. I mean, the Shadow Assistant lasts, so you can use it, and then the next time he hits you can do that. But I like using this when they like do a lot of damage or something. And these fragile cards just feel so good. I want to renew Draw Blood, some strikes, and do some more healing. Now we also have caves or dungeons, I should say. They're very difficult, but if you get them, you can get a lot of good stuff. So I think we want to go to a dungeon at some point, but ideally I would like to sort of get some better cards first. Boon is not bad. Return 6 cards from your hand back to the battle deck. Draw the equal amount of random cards to your hand. Draw the equal amount of random cards. But it's just from my battle deck, right? So we're just exchanging cards to different... Now we're gonna take Boil Blood, apply bleed and poison at the same time. Like that. I might even try to craft that. Now let's do a medium battle. The thing is, going to the dungeon right now is a bit too soon, I think. No, let's do a medium battle and we'll see how well we can do it. Dungeons, they stop the timer up on the top that we have. And they instead kind of... they just... You have like its own mini-boss that you need to kill. And they're pretty interesting. Let's do bleeding on the rat. Need to get rid of that first. And we'll try to hit it with our knife strikes. And then we'll do healing on ourselves. This guy's stunning us. 4 to 6 damage is not enough to use Shadow Assistant. We're doing 4 damage per turn, so essentially 12 damage on the rat. I would like to strike it a bit down to do some more damage on it if I can. Yeah, use Secret Set first. Oh, we're stunned, so we can't. Okay. So we didn't even need to click and turn it, it just automatically had their turn, which again is a really cool thing. There have been a lot of updates on the game since, and they're all been really good. See, we're gonna do 7 damage to it extra, which I quite like. Yeah, so this boar is starting to do quite a lot of damage, so I would like to turn it back on him with the Shadow Assistant soon. As soon as we kill the rat, essentially. You might go for that. Wait, I have enough mana, so let's use the Phoenix thingy. Use the Throw Dagger on this. Now he's hitting us for just a little bit, so we're not going to use the Shadow Assistant yet. But next time when he does like the 12 damage, yeah, I want to turn that on him. Is that now? What's she gonna do to me, man? Mr. Boar, why aren't you doing anything? Have you used the Ash Pact? Sure. I can afford it, it's fine. Keep the Shadow Assistant in mind. What's she gonna do, Boar? Oh, he's just stunning. Kinda hoping to turn it on him, but I can't do that if he's stunning. Ooh, oh my god! We get Catelyn! She's talking to us! Hello! Applies one voice of a loved one. Applies one of the following effects. A random card costs 1 mana point less. Or player speed is increased by 1 until the end of battle, or player gains stealth. And oh, we got the shadow assistant cheaper, I think. We're not gonna do that just yet. I love that. I mean, Sly. I feel like Sly is just like, they did such a great job on him. It's just like amazing. I really like it. Now he gets stunned, not the greatest, and now he's hitting us for a lot, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. That was really cool, like her voice. Love it. Okay, we can kill this off nicely. So this wasn't so bad. Let me try to craft this apply bleed and poison kind of thing, because I would like that. We can heal ourselves a bit, very nice. And we're gonna continue. Do we want to try the dungeon? It is kind of risky. Yeah, let's try. This video is mostly about exploring stuff, then, you know, so let's do it. So there's sort of like a negative effect in the dungeon. We have traits are unavailable while you're in the dungeon. That's okay. And we kind of move around. Every time we move around, we can see like what's around us. So we have this decrepit altar where we can get better resources, some battles, or we can have a chest here. We don't have a key, so let's do an easy battle and hopefully get a key for this chest. And the battles are kind of the same as everywhere else, but yeah, it's really interesting. Are you doing a lot of damage? 10 damage to everybody. I don't know if like deflecting that will count. So maybe we won't deflect that yet. Let's use secret set, and we'll do bleeding. Should probably do the bleeding. Now let's poison the stitched, and we'll hit it with some of our stuff. Not enough mana points, okay. We'll get rid of this bleeding, and next time we're gonna use a lot of our free attacks to make him bleed like crazy. He's gonna heal everybody, thank you. I'm okay with that. You are reducing my mana. I don't really care, because I'm using like a fragile cards, so that's okay. A free mana cost cards, I mean. Look at how much damage we can do to him. Like 7 damage per turn. Yeah, so we can straight up kill him in 2 turns. No, actually we can, because he's gonna heal himself a bit. Do we want to use the Shadow Assistant now? Sure, let's do it. We haven't used it yet. Ooh, love the way that look. So next time somebody hits us, they're gonna hit themselves down. Ooh, did he heal himself for that? I guess he did. Okay, we're set to 1 after a healing effect is applied to the character. Okay, I see. I understand now. We can do 12 damage to him. That's not quite enough to kill him. Let's use the secret set first, then the snake shift. We don't have enough of that. So let's do bleeding. Now let's hit him with the free stuff. And let's just end the turn, I think. Let's see which one of them we can hit back. This one, yeah, this one kills himself, great. So then this one's gonna hit us, but that's fine. Not a big deal. We could bleed him, but we don't need to. Don't give up, Sly. I'm with you, my love. Yeah, love it. Love it. Love Kathleen. I like that she joins me. Like, yes, girl. Good. That's great. And that she still loves me, even though I became like a super murderer and stuff like that. She's like, I love you. We're in this together, honey. I'm like, yes, absolutely. Very happy. We didn't get a key. Oh, so let's do the medium battle, I guess. Or let's first move at the altar. Oh, we can do a regular battle. Let's do that. Okay, we got Restless One and a Corpse Fly. Deals 5 damage, reduces max health by 5 until the end of battle. Whoa. Don't do that. Can I deflect that? No, because the Restless One goes first. Yeah, okay. So let me just start hitting the fly down. Like, don't do that to me. How dare you, Mrs. Fly. Oh, I should have used the bleed on it. Maybe I could have killed it. But it still wouldn't be this turn, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. We'll use the bleeding on the restless one and try to kill this thing down. Ooh, like that effect. Corpse fly, hello. Let's use, it's all very expensive now, though. Doing it again. Let's use a knife strike on this. And I will use the secret set just because it's useful. End the turn and like, yeah, next turn we can kill the corpse fly. The rest of this one I'm fine with. Like, he's doing the weird mana stuff, but he's not doing much damage, so that's fine by me. This is worrying me. I don't want my max health to be like lowered too much. Oh, we still can kill this thing? Come on. I don't want to bleed it right now. I mean, I guess we'll use the shadow assistance, not gonna help. I'll use it anyway, and I'll use some healing, and next turn I'll kill the corpse fly. So the rest of this one goes first. He's gonna hit himself for 3 damage, which is like useless, but like... Stop hurting my max HP, corpse fly. Leave me alone. If so, like, I'm not gonna leave you alone. Let's use another secret set, and I think we'll do the bleeding next turn. Apply them both, maybe. And then we could, when we do the damage, we're gonna increase both of the damages of both bleedings. So that's gonna be cool. Yeah, so let's do draw blood and boil blood. And then we'll use throw dagger 1, 2, 3. So we're doing 6 damage for 3 turns. It says here for 6 turns, but I think it just means for 3 turns, except we're doing 8 damage. Poison deals 1 damage every turn until the end of battle, can be dispelled by any healing. Yeah, next turn it's dead. It says now 4, but it's still like 2 turns essentially. I'll be your light in the dark, stay strong. Yeah, girl, do that. Let's use Ashpact. Do we even need to use the Ashpact though? Because the fragile cards are kind of the best. I mean, we should have used it on the bleeding though. Get the bleeding back. I will use it next fight. Yeah, let's renew the bleeding here. That's fine. Because we don't need so many of the knife strikes. Like, we can get the fragile stuff instead. Oh, is there no? Yeah, there's usually a boss fight. I was like, why is there no boss here? There's an area that we missed there. Fishfolk and a guard. Okay, wow, the guard is rough. So let's try using the secret set first and maybe some bleeding on the guard. And we'll use Phoenix Strikes on him as well. We don't have anything else. So on the turn, get rid of these things, give ourselves the fragile stuff, and focus on the guard first. This guy gains a shield anyway, so we can't hurt him either way, so that's fine. I'm gonna kill this guy. Let me use all my fragile stuff on him. Yes. More secret set. And I guess we'll use the Shadow Assistant because we can. Just because we can. Yeah, this guy will die. He will not die by himself though. We need to do some more damage to him. If he could increase the bleeding, it'd be nice. Oh, these guys have shields. So let's do this. And this. And we need 1 more. So this guy will die. This guy will hurt himself for 8. I don't think we want to bleed this guy just yet. Let's use Snake Shiv. Oh, he has the shield. So let's use the throw dagger on this fish egg. Then we'll kill the fish egg. And we'll focus on the fish folk next turn, I'm thinking. I do wonder if the deflection is going to destroy his shield. I think so. It's not going to hurt himself, actually. Yeah. Just destroy his shield. That's fine. Yeah, do that. So we're going to give ourselves a bit more of these fragile cards. And yeah, we'll let him hit us. Let's use the Ashpact as well. Yeah, why not? Because we have the healing. And next turn we can apply the bleeding if needed. With the fragile cards, that could work well. If we, I mean, we might not even need to. This is 12 damage. I kind of want to keep that card. Let's do 12 damage. We'll use the secret set again. Because the secret set is Phoenix, and I do like keeping the ball, so I don't need to renew that and can use it on to heal myself instead. Oh, Mr. Fishflow. I want to kill the boss in the dungeon because then we can get some really cool cards. We're gonna try to do that if we can. Okay, heal me and renew this and healing, and that's it. So that means I think we have to go towards the medium battle to keep moving. Because you can see that everything else is like surrounded except this, so we can move through there. Altar. Level of all monsters increased by 1 for 8 hours. Yeah, that's not the greatest for me. Okay, we get a spores and corpse fly. Okay, so let's start this off with maybe even Shadow Assistant. No, because the spore goes first. So let's use bleeding on the fly. No, on the spore, because the fly heals itself. So it would just destroy the bleeding immediately, so that's not effective. Yeah, let's use the snake shift on this guy. We can hurt him for 12. That's okay. Yeah, this reduces my max health again, which is not ideal. Yeah, let's keep focusing on this thing on the right for now. Let's do some healing. You're hitting me for a lot now. Okay, so this thing will die in 2 turns, so now I can start focusing on the corpse fly. The thing is, I can't really make it bleed, because with its healing, there's nothing, I can't hurt it. But I can at least use my fragile stuff to maybe get rid of it. Okay. I'm gonna try to use the Shadow Assistant to like make it... yeah, this thing will die, so I can use this. Then give me the street set. And we'll just use a knife strike on this thing. End the turn. Okay, this thing will die. Great. So this thing is gonna hit itself. It didn't reduce its own max health, but at least hurts itself, which is good. Do we do the healing? There's no point. The bleeding, I mean, not the healing. Let's keep just throwing daggers at it. What I want. I am probably not gonna use the Ash Pact yet. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like that it heals itself so much. That's not the greatest. Okay, throw daggers, secret set, snake shift, and that's it. Should have get rid of the Ash Pact so we get more of the fragile cards, but that's alright. Okay, now we'll use the bleeding and the poison and the fragile cards. And I'll use the Ash Pact, fine. This thing will die in 2 turns all by itself. If I could get the healing on myself, that'd be pretty nice. No. Just use this to kill it off. And turn. We need to heal ourselves a bit. And we'll renew some of the knife strike. Yeah, that's fine. We'll move this way. And down here. Get some resources. I would like to go towards the boss fight. Oh, the boss fight is not there yet. So this way, down, and that way. Well, it's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And in the next one, we're gonna finish the dungeon. So I'll see you there. Bye bye. Click on the right top to watch it, or click on the right bottom to watch my Lucia Let's Plays. I'll see you there. Bye bye.